5 or 6 runners. Ugachaka, Dash for Cash, Ha Ha and Hey Pronto, the Gay Waterhouse pair, Old Comrade and Shogun Lodge. They're all in there just past $10 or $11 in the betting market with the rails bookmakers. But that's only an early market. There's still a lot of activity happening behind me, and there's a lot more to come on the wide world of sports as we count down to the Doncaster. This is Super Saturday from Randwick.
On the
High fives all round. Lee and Michael Freedman, Damien Oliver with the Don of the Turf, the modern day Don of the Turf. That's Don Eduardo, of course. Well, the feature race of the day is just around the corner, the Sam McGrail Doncaster Handicap. Let's take a peek at the totes as they stand at the moment.
And of course, the people's favourite is the favourite on all totes, and that's TAV number 1 Sunline at $3.20 in Sydney, $3.60 in Victoria, and $3 in Adelaide and Brisbane. Shogun Lodge at $12, Crawl at $27, Old Comrade at $15, Final Fantasy $36. Higher was scratched this morning. El Mirada at $50, Dash for Cash at $9.30, $61 for Emission, $42 for Weasel Will, Defier $9.50, $10 for Ha Ha, $110 for Shot of Thunder, $15 Hey Pronto, $129 Huge Demand, $132 The Man. Then we go to number 17 Gordo at $19, $26 for Hosanna, $74 for Ebony Knight, Ugachaka $11, and Make Me a Miracle, the first emergency, received a run and he's paying $79. The second and third emergencies, Tears Royal and Cheverny, were not required.
And Rod Quinn there, the new rider for Make Me a Miracle. There was no rider in the papers this morning, but with Higher going out, he switched from the number 6 to the number 21. Well, the contenders for this year's Doncaster entering the mounting yard. They're not in a great semblance of order at the moment, but we will stay with them as best we can. But I'm sure we don't mind dwelling on number 1 Sunline.
Oh, she's a fantastic mare, an absolute champion. They'll rip this stand down if she wins here today. But gee, she's going to be looking the winner a long way, for a long way here. Big ask, 58 kilos. You know, she only sort of just struggled in the Coolmore, and this is obviously a much, much stronger race.
Yeah, there's number 2 Shogun Lodge, trained to the minute by Bobby Thompson. This horse has won over $4 million in prize money, and yet he's finished second 10 times in Group 1 races. It's incredible. By golly, he looks well.
He certainly does look particularly well on a horse. I'm sure you would expect to look well is number 3, and that's Crawl.
Yeah, he's been set for this race all along, but he's had no luck at all with the barrier 22, and probably a lack of real genuine speed up front. Could go against him, but I wouldn't underestimate the horse.
Yeah, definitely a big race horse, and a horse that's getting a reputation of being a big race horse is number 4, Old Comrade.
Yeah, Old Comrade, the star West Aussie. He's been set for this race for a long while, and he came via Melbourne, but looks a treat and is not badly weighted with 54.5.
Well, Bruce Cross has had some wonderful moments here at Royal Randwick. I wonder if today's another one of them, Ron.
Yeah, he won the Epsom last year. He just had the couple of runs back from a spell. Probably be a bit of a shock if he got the money here, though.
A little out of form this preparation. Number 6 High is not with us. Number 7 is El Mirada. Yeah,
El Mirada's been got ready for this race too, and he looks well. He comes into this after consistent form in weight for age races, and geez, coach sparkling, isn't it? The thing, he's so well weighted with 53 on his best form, but I just don't know if he's quite got the zip now of some of these.
And number 8 is Dash for Cash, and we haven't heard from Scott Seamer today at all, so I'll tell you what, it makes you feel a little bit funny about the chances of Dash for Cash.
He's due, I'll tell you. He's a Group 1 winning 3-year-old at a mile. He's got 52.5 on his back. He's got barrier 2. He'll tag a horse like Sunline, and he'll have every possible chance.
Number 9 is the Victorian horse trained by Cliff Brown, Ken, and that's Emission.
Yeah, well, he finished second in the Group 1 Emirates Mile at Flemington in November behind Desert Eagle. beaten in a photo finish, and I think that this was always on his plan after that. But Oh, golly, his last few runs are only just for mine.
Another of the fair Melbourne performers that have come up here for this big race is number 10, and that's Weasel Will.
Well, he ran a terrific race in this last year, running third. His first up run was a beauty. He's got good second up form. One of the long shots with some hope.
We saw Guy Walter make a big start to the day, winning the first on the program. Is he going to win the 7th, Ken, with Defire?
I think he is, Simon. I like this horse, and Guy's been looking for the Doncaster. He received a kilogram penalty after he's winning the Royal Palmer, but he's still only got 51.5. He's only raced 13 times. He's getting better with each run, and I just think he has got the dash to win a big Randwick Mile.
For such a high-profile horse, number 12, Ha Ha, Ronnie, sort of snuck into this field with no pressure on.
No pressure at all, and I don't think she's going to have much pressure in the run. I just anticipate her just lobbing outside a horse like Sunline, and with no weight on her back, if she can put a length or two on her coming up over the rise here, she'll be hard to catch.
Ronnie, as we talk, Sunline's just firmed on the tote into $2.70.
Well, that's a big go, because there was $1.5 million in the pool.
Shot of Thunder, the Western Australian, ran some good races in the spring and looking to regain some form here.
Just doesn't quite get there. It was placed in the Toorak at Caulfield and run some great races in West Australia, but he won't find this any easier than any of those.
Number 14, can't put anything, or can't say there's anything wrong with this form, Ronnie. One that's last 3, and that's Hey Pronto.
Yeah, he's unbeaten this preparation, and he comes out of a very strong Newcastle Newmarket, where he beat a subsequent Group 1 winner in Lord Essex. Gage prepared him for this race. No weight on his back. Got a terrific chance.
Number 15 is Huge Demand.
Yeah, he'll be up there giving a bit of cheek. A rough chance. At the odds he is, I don't think he's hopeless.
Ronnie, over to you, because you're the man, and that's number 16.
Yeah, he's just been a little bit out of form this preparation. Looked like doing it last time in, but no, I can't find any form credentials for him for this
Number
race.
17 is one of the 4 John Hawkes runners, and that's Gordo.
And 3-year-olds have got such a great record in this race. Assertive Flad, for instance, won last year. I just think he's got better with each run this preparation, and his last start third last week to Ronnie's horse Moa Man, where he made up a good bit of ground, was to the mark. He's about 20 to 1 in the betting, and I think there's a lot worse 20 to 1 chances go around in big races.
Number 18 is a famous daughter of Octagonal. That's Hosanna.
Yeah, and she's also got a chance. Another 3-year-old from the Hawke stable. Good second last week in a Group 1 Arrow field. I don't think she ran the 2,000 metres there, but it'll stand her in good stead for the mile here.
Number 19 is Ebony Knight, been brought up by John Salinitri from Caulfield in Victoria.
Yeah, he's coming into this on the back of running second to Royal Code last week in the Alistair Clark. If the race was in Melbourne, he'd probably be at a lot shorter odds.
Number 20, Uga Chaka. Will it be a huge day for the Friedman camp if she can get up?
Well, it's looking that way, isn't it? Her win in the Queen of the Turf was simply sensational. Probably hoping for a little bit of rain throughout the day would have helped her chances a lot. But she's found form, and Lee's always had a huge opinion of her.
Number 21, the 4th of the John Hawkes runners, and that's Make Me a Miracle.
Like all John Hawkes runners, he's ready for it. He's well trained, looks nice in the coat. I didn't think his run last week behind Moa Man was quite as good as the third place getter Gordo, and I think he'd need a bit of luck to win this.
Well, Tim Sheridan's been a busy boy all day, and here he is again.
Lindsay Smith, trainer of Old Comrade, I saw you follow your horse all the way around the mounting yard there. What did you think? What were you thinking about?
I just looked up, I seen Royal Randwick, and I thought I was a good buzz to be here, but it's something I do anyway, just to pass the time away. But you know, he looks nice and relaxed, so he's ready for the race.
The boys were talking about coming from 60 kilos last week back to 54.5. Boy's going to like that.
Yeah, he is, but he's gone up a few grades, so he'll need that relief. But, you know, he's well weighted for this type of race, so he's he's drawing ordinary, but the horse is pretty well in himself.
Lindsay, you've got a reputation for getting horses very fit. This one's obviously in terrific shape. Good enough to run down Northerly.
Yeah, well, he had the race set up for him that day, and it was 2,000 metres, which I think he's looking for, but they say the 1,600 is quite hard here, so he's going to have to come past 15 or 16 horses, and whether he's up to it today, well, we're about to find out.
Well, he's drawn a hard barrier, as you say, and he'll have to travel well. I won't ask you to talk about your trip from Melbourne to Sydney because you got lost, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll finish up coming down Kangaroo Valley, which is a bit terrifying, but still we're here and we made it.
Okay, mate, good luck. Here's Andrew Voss.
Well, Tim, I can tell you from the ring, the big news here is Ha Ha. I don't know whether one of the part owners, John Singleton, is unloaded, but that's certainly the indication. It has firmed $5 from its opening price. In fact, it's almost halved its opening quote around about 20 minutes ago. So Ha Ha, plenty of bets coming for it, saying that it can take the Doncaster for trainer Gai Waterhouse. Sunline has been solid all the way through betting, so too Defire. but Ha Ha is the story. Now, there's some other movers as well. Old Comrade has firmed $4 from its opening price. Shogun Lodge is in a couple of dollars. Sunline will run the favourite for the Doncaster, but it's been frantic. Some of these bookmakers behind me have raised a real sweat taking the bets. They're loving it down here. It is one of the great races of the year, and we've got it straight after this break on the Wide World of Sports on Super Saturday, the Doncaster.
Contestants are milling behind the barriers here for the big one of the day, the Doncaster Handicap, the famous mile here at Randwick. Well, there's been money flowing all over the joint. There's been moves all over the place. Kenny, try and talk us through a few of them.
Yeah, well, with $2,379,000 on the tote, Sunline has firmed from her opening quote of $320, which that was with about $1.5 million, into $2.70. Shogun Lodge is $12 into $8.20. Defier, he's eased. He's got out from $9.40 with the extra money to $9.80. Dash for Cash similarly is out to $11. Ha Ha out from 10 to 12, but she's likely to be the main firmer because she's about 3 or 4 points shorter in the betting ring with bookies than that. Yuga Chaka, $11 out to 13. When the rain didn't come, she wasn't quite as much in favour. Old Comrade stayed solid around $15. Shorter in Victoria, of course, $8.60. And Hey Pronto, $15 out to $16. That's with $2,430,000. A lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of movement in the betting, and Simon, I'm sure plenty of movement over there behind the barriers. Nervous jockeys, but probably pretty much experienced horses.
Isn't it ironic, guys? The sun's come out for the Miracle Mile here at Randwick, the greatest mile run on turf. Every jockey around here does think they have a great chance in this race too. One of the best miles to ride in. They're all a little bit nervous, but basically all their homework's done now. A few of them have got their legs out of the irons just to stretch those legs, keep their horses relaxed. All horses came around nice. Weasel Will needed his saddle readjusted. It just moved forward a little bit, so that's all that was wrong with him. Apart from that, here's the big mare here, Sunline. Looking beautiful in her white bridle. Yep, she looks fantastic, Sunline. Absolute treat. Let's whiz through a few of them. Shogun Lodge, he did a big prelim. Glenn Boss really warmed him up. Crawl. Looked fantastic, as he does always. Old Comrade, number 4. He won't wear his normal colours. He'll wear the AJC colours. And his jockey Paul Falvey told me that the other ones are at Rose Hill, where he ran last start, and the second set are at the stables. That's why he's got the AJC colours on, guys. Final Fantasy, not a problem. Almirada. Just quick flick through these. Defier, number 11, looked a treat. So did Ha Ha. She's gunned up. She's hard fit after her last start failure. Apart from that, not too much to worry about. We've got 3 more to walk in for one of the greatest races on turf, guys.
It sure is. And to call this great Randwick Mile, the Doncaster of 2002, here's Terry Bailey.
So the last 2 moving in. Crawl coming up. Elmirada Sunline, $3 into $2.80 now. Runs the favourite on the TAB. And the great mare looking to add another feather in her illustrious cap. Elmirada comes up. He moves in Elmirada. Dash for Cash standing up nicely in the starter Rosati's platform. The lights are on. Set for the $2.5 million Doncaster handicap. They're ready to go. Racing from the Magic Mile and away fast Sunline. Huge Demand began brilliantly and Ha Ha showing speed. Gordo, Hosanna and the man going forward. Sunline leads early. Then came the grey. Dash for Cash. Defier wide. Yuga Chaka the centre from Hey Pronto. Shogun Lodge the rail. A length away is Weasel Will whipping around the outside of a Mission. They were being followed by Ebony Knight, Final Fantasy, Elmirada. Shot of Thunder well back from Crawl and Make Me a Miracle, the tail ender. On the first bend, Sunline in front. Ha Ha's moved up outside the great one. 2 lengths away, Huge Demand. Dash for Cash fourth. The man fifth. 1 back, Gordo. Defier 3 wide going up around the filly Hosanna. 2 lengths Yuga Chaka, Shogun Lodge. 1 away Weasel Will. Then came Hey Pronto, Elmirada, Ebony Knight. Well back is Old Comrade, Shot of Thunder, his Western Australian counterpart. They were followed by Final Fantasy, a Mission, third last defence from Crawl. And 2 lengths Make Me a Miracle. It's Sunline coming towards the bend, the front runner at the 600. The great mare out by a length on Ha Ha, niggled at the chase, the great one. 2 lengths to Dash for Cash. Then came Huge Demand, 2 lengths away, Gordo, Hosanna the man, Defier to the outside, Uga Chaka and in Hey Pronto. The magical mare comes over the rise. It's Sunline leading by a length on Ha Ha. A length away, Huge Demand. Defier starting trying to sweep down the centre. Shogun Lodge is about to get out and charge home. Sunline in front. Shogun Lodge seeing daylight, but Sunline's in front. Shogun Lodge tries to pick her up. The great mare fights. She hangs on. Shogun Lodge low. No, Sunline or Shogun Lodge. Gee, there's nothing in it. Sunline or Shogun Lodge very tight. Third to fire from Hey Pronto, El Marada, Dash for Cash. They were being followed by Making Ground, Ebony Knight, Uka Chaka behind those. Then Hosanna. Well back is Ha Ha, Huge Demand, Make Me a Miracle, a Mission Weasel Will. Then Crawl. Well back is the man Shot of Thunder. And near the tail of the field would have been Old Comrade.
Well, Glenn Boss thinks he's right one, but let's watch this replay. Sunline's in front, right to the line. Shogun Lodge dives at her, and we'll know in a minute when we see this thrilling photo of Sunline and Shogun Lodge. I'm not so sure. Let's have a look. There's Sunline in front. Here's Shogun
She's
Lodge
won it. She's won it.
diving at him, but he doesn't get there, and Sunline wins it on Caster. Sunline has beaten Shogun Lodge, and third was number 11, Defire. Sunline first, Shogun Lodge second, Defire third, and this Randwick crowd will go mad. What do you say? I think you just say, hail the champ. Glenn Boss thought he'd nailed her, but let me tell you, Glenn, you never nail this horse. They thought that in Hong Kong when Fairy King Prawn dived at her, but he never got her either. And the winner, number 1, Sunline, 290 and 170. Number 2, Shogun Lodge, 330, and number 11, Defire, at $3. It was a bit like Greg Hall on Doremus when he thought he'd beaten Might and Power, but he hadn't. The photo finish showed that Might and Power had won the Melbourne Cup of 97, and it showed today that Sunline had won the Doncaster of 2002. She's in front. Shogun Lodge is coming at her. Defire, who was wide, stuck gamely at the two of them. But when the post was up, it was Sunline. She'd won the money. And let's go to the boys in the enclosure.
Well, Ken, I'm with Claire Bird, the strapper now. The strappers have so much to do with how the horses turn up on race day, keep them calm. But I'm now watching the most excited woman I think I've ever seen in racing, even more so than Gay Waterhouse. Claire, can you speak to us?
No.
They came over here, they hugged the life out of you.
Oh, I know, I was just really excited. She, you know, she's just... Any knocker she's got now can just... You know, they just can't knock her anymore after that.
You're at Sunline's side virtually every minute of the day. Any different today to any other day?
No, no different. Probably with her a bit longer today because I went back there straight after breakfast and have been there with her since about 11 o'clock this morning, so...
Well done for your part, Claire. We'll go straight to Simon Marshall.
Thank you very much. Well, Greg Giles, just continue to shake our heads with this one, don't we? She is magnificent. 2 Doncasters, a couple of Cox plates, but they're only a couple of races that she's won.
Look, Simon, special effort today, handicap conditions. She's in front, she's there to be beaten, but she's a champ. She's just a champ.
Yeah, now we're just talking about Glenn Boss. He come yahooing up beside us. He had his hands in the air. The only thing he didn't jump off and do a dance, but the photo went your way. What'd you think?
I thought I just held on right on the line, but when Glenn jumped up and yelled, saluted, I wasn't so sure. But the result went my way, and yeah, great result.
Jockeys dream of horses like this, Greg, but she's obviously a dream, mate.
Look, yeah, you're right. Jockeys work hard all their lives to ride good horses and win big races, and I've been great to be associated with a champion, an out-and-out champion, and to win some major races. Just
well done, Greg Giles and Sunline there. Tim Sheridan will cross to you.
Well, Bobby Thompson, you said during the week it would take a great horse to hold you out, and how much on the money were you?
Yeah, he was beaten by a champion, and it's no disgrace to get beat a short half head by a champion. He never disgraces us, the horse, and his turn will come in a Group 1 race.
Well, that's 11 times in a Group 1 the horse has finished second.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you call consistency.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He's a great little racehorse.
Bobby, thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
OK, thank you, Tim. Well, the greats of the Australian turf, Gloaming, Farlap, Tulloch, Kingston Town, all won 30 races or more, and Sunline joins that group today as she wins her 30th race from 43 starts and takes her prize money beyond 10.5 million Australian dollars. What a champion.
Oh, absolute champion. And look, these are scenes that I thought may have been reserved. We may not see again. We saw for the great octagonal, but by gee, you know, this Sydney crowd has warmed, the whole racing public has warmed to. There's not superlatives around to actually describe what this mare is like and what she's done for the racing industry. She's a freak. freak of nature, freak of something. She's just a superstar.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. They're really warming to her here, getting a tremendous ovation. And what a race it was. She copped a bit of pressure up front too.
Yeah, Ha went with a run. Look, I didn't think she could win. I know everyone said she was thrown in with 58, but what a performance. And her very, very fabulous trainer is now with Andrew Voss.
Well, I'm with Steve McKee. Trevor's leading the horse back. I mean, put us in your position right now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, great. Yeah, couldn't be better. You know, she keeps answering all the tasks we set her, you know, so just another one today.
To win it in that style, I mean, right on the post, you know, Glenn Boss seemed confident on the second one. I mean, yeah. You were confident, though?
Well, I was a bit worried when I saw Glenn raise his arm like that, you know. He had the outside angle in his favour, but, you know, we got there in a nick of time.
Steve, I'll let you enjoy the moment. Ken, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew. There she is, the best mare I've ever seen, and I think the best mare probably anybody's ever seen in this part of the world. The mighty Kiwi Sunline, as she comes back to scale after taking out Australia's biggest mile, the AJC Sam McGwell Doncaster.
And don't forget Greg Childs in all this. He's basically partnered her right through her career. He's had to soak up a lot of the pressure, as she does obviously in the races, but he's got a guider there as well. And what a partnership that has been.
It is, and you've got to feel little for Larry Cassidy here. Larry was her first jockey in Australia, and he stayed loyal to the Woodland stable and knocked back the rider at one preparation run, and then Greg Childs stepped in, and the rest is history.
He was on the spot, and he got himself on a champion.
Well, she certainly is a champion, and you'd probably say both of them are a champion. Tim Sheridan is in amongst them again. What have you got, Shero?
Well, you know, Trevor, what did you feel as you brought the horse along there just then?
Static from turn around. That's one of the best performances that she's put up, especially with a big heavy weight that she's got on today.
With everyone wondering how much longer the horse has got, something like that just is even more astounding, isn't it?
It certainly is, and as I say, she deserves all the credit. She's done all the hard work out in front all the way, and it was a terrific performance from her.
Well, we may not see her like again for a long time, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Very good.
I think you'd be fair in actually saying we'll never see anything as good as this mare again, because I don't know if freaks of nature come along that often. As we take a break on Doncaster Day on the wide world of sports.
Book yourself a table at the biggest football feast of them all this season on Wide World of Sports. You can tuck in with the team tomorrow morning on the Sunday edition of the Footy Show. Then tomorrow afternoon, we're landing live at the SCG as the Sydney Swans clash with the premiers, the Brisbane Lions. It's a short hop to Stadium Australia, where the NRL Bulldogs will be straining at the leash to mix it up with the mighty Dragons. April Fools, Insomniacs and Formula One fanatics will be up in the wee small hours for our live coverage of Round 3 of the World Championship, the Brazilian Grand Prix, live from Sao Paulo. On Thursday, April 4, we're sending the gang around to your place for another wild evening of the Footy Show. And later that night, we'll splash down in Moscow for 5 days of aquatic action from the World Short Course Swimming Championships. For NRL fans, Friday Night Football takes us to Aussie Stadium as those reborn rabbits try to put a muzzle on the Bulldogs. If AFL's your game, we're off to the MCG for a nighttime special as the Bombers clash with the Tigers. On Saturday, April 6, saddle up for an hour of galloping drama, featuring our live coverage of the AJC Oaks from Randwick. Then on April 12, set the alarm for an early start to join us on the majestic fairways of Augusta, Georgia, with the world's best at the US Masters Golf. The mercury may be falling, but nothing's running hotter this season than the one and only Wide World of Sports.
Shogun Lodge, well, the Doncaster's been run and won, and the horse to do it was Sunline. But let's have a look at Shogun Lodge here. Beautiful ride from Glenn Boss. Gets him out at the right time. Gets a clear run to the post. And he was very confident he'd run down the great mare as she comes in shot. Chase, chase, chase. But it wasn't quite good enough. What a great horse she is. She knows where the line is. Glenn Boss, what's this? We're home, we're home. I've won the Doncaster. Claire Bird, she wasn't sure. She was cheering her charge home. Well, dear me. There she is. She's lived and breathed Sunline for the last 4 years. She lived and breathed her again today, and Ken, if a young heart can stop, I bet hers near did.
Oh, golly, she cheered Claire Bird, and oh, look at her. She thinks it's one, and she's not sure whether Shogun Lodge has grabbed her. But all's well that ends well, and Darren Bevan just said a funny thing to me. He said, Glenn Boss, he said, have you ever seen a bloke that's excited to run second?
Oh, dear. Well, that's just a wonderful effort, and there's the dividends.
Yeah, $2.90 and $1.70 for the champ. Number 2, Shogun Lodge, $3.30. Number 11, Defire, $3, in what's been one of the great Doncaster handicaps, or certainly of my time.
Well, it'll be another great presentation too, I'm sure. And the man leading the charge is our own Andrew Voss.
Ladies and gentlemen, and our audience through the wide world of sports, this day is billed as Super Saturday. It has been just that, and a super horse has taken out the Doncaster. And to get our presentation underway of the San Miguel Doncaster, I'd like to call on the Vice Chairman of the AJC, Dr. Treve Williams.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, racing doesn't get much better than this anywhere in the world, as I'm sure the connections of this great champion, Sunline, would agree. The Group 1 San Miguel Doncaster Handicap was first run in 1866. It is the richest race on the Australian Jockey Club calendar, and arguably our flagship. This tough mile event has been won in the past by some notable horses, who include Chatham, Tobin Bronze, Gunsynd, Emancipation, Superimpose, and of course today's winner, who won it in 1999, the champion mare Sunline. Today's race is highlighted by two things. First of all, it's a very good race. In fact, collectively, the horses have won 24 Group 1 events and also 27 million in prize money. It is also interesting that this is the first time that this event has been run on a superb new cambered racetrack whose 1,600 meters contains no crossings and yet retains the historic rise into the straight. Great ingredients, ladies and gentlemen, for a great event, particularly with the ongoing support of our major sponsor, San Miguel, who together with the Australian Jockey Club have made this the richest race day and the richest carnival in the Southern Hemisphere. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my chairman committee, I would like to congratulate this wonderful champion, Sunline, who has now won over 10 million in prize money and has joined some amazing horses such as Kingston Town and Phar Lap with 30